Wasn't planning on making this video, but why not? It's a bit of a weird one for some of you, maybe. Just sitting in a potato field at present, as you do on a Sunday afternoon. So I've talked about some of this in a video before. It's about remembering the future. I believe, I know that remembering the future is totally possible for any of us. I hope you understand that time isn't real in the way that we believe it to be real, as in linear. It's not linear. There's not a start, not an end. That's why we struggle with the beginning of the universe and the end of the universe, because we believe that there has to be a beginning and there has to be an end. But I'm sure that some of you watching this video would understand that that's not the case. It's just a continual loop of eternity, just a single little bloop, and on it goes. It never starts, it never ends. It's just eternal. But if you don't understand that, then you're going to struggle with this video. But that's fine. So I'll just give an example of a time that I believe that I remembered the future. People will call it different things. People will definitely call it different things. Intuition maybe, or whatever, I don't know. But I got up for work one day, and I was gonna leave, and then I saw my wallet on the side, and I went to pick it up, and then I was like, actually I don't need my wallet. Like, logical brain kicked in. Well, I don't need to get anything. I'm just going to work and I'm coming home, so I don't need to buy anything. That's the first thing. Logical brain says no. Something made me want to pick up the wallet. Then logical brain kicked in. You know, we've got Apple Pay, we've got this technology, Google Pay and all that stuff. We can pay with our phones. So logical brain kicked in and was like, well, you know, if I do need to pay for something, I've always got my phone on me. There's always cash as well, obviously. Cash is obviously king. We must never forget that. But something was telling me to pick up my wallet with my bank cards in it. But the logical brain kicked in and stepped in and said, no, you don't need that. You don't need you got ways of paying that aren't bank card. So I went to work and I did my day, and on the way home, the petrol gauge was like really as low as it could be. Really, the beep had already gone off saying 50 miles minimum or whatever, and I was getting squeaky bum time. And I was like, oh, where's there a petrol station? There's no petrol station between my work and my home at the time. But there was a garage, and I remembered that the garage had petrol pumps in the forecourt, so it was a mechanic's garage. Kirkby Malzard, if you know it, you will know that this is the case, and they have got petrol pumps in the forecourt. And it was, at the time, on my way from A to B. So I was like, okay, rather than driving out of my way and risk running out of petrol, I'll just drive home and do the thing. So I got to this garage and pulled around the corner, pulled up to the pumps. I was like, yes, it's there. It's got the little thingy, and I got out, and it's like card payment only. It's not wireless. It's not contactless. The garage was shut, but even if it was open, they don't accept payment in-house. It's got to be card payment, chip and pin at the pump to pay for your petrol. So there's a very simple example of me remembering the future in the morning. I mean, there's umpteen cases of this in my life that I've experienced, and I've just sat there and just gone, wow, I wonder. I would like to hone it through meditation and breath work and whatnot. I'm trying to hone it and starting to learn to trust that intuition again. You know, is it intuition? Is it remembering the future? Time isn't linear, so anything that we do in the future has already happened. Okay, the fact that we've done it in the future means that we've done it now, because time isn't linear. The future's not real, the past isn't real. It's all kind of swings and roundabouts. It's all happening just like that. Everything, the past, the present and the future, it's all there. It's all done. Everything's done. We've already done it. That's why people say we've already won and blah blah blah. You know, there's that element to it. Unfortunately, we have to go through some of the crap to get to the other end. I'm still trying to pop out the other side and see what happens, but I'm not there yet. But what I was doing the other day, a few months ago now, I was reading a book. And I've got, like, there's lots of stuff that I kind of want to study at the minute. And while I was reading this book, I was just thinking, I was like, well, if time isn't real, and we can remember the future as easily as we can remember the past, which I just know it to be true. It don't really matter what you think, I know it to be true. But I hope you embrace this concept, and I hope you start to practice it, because it is fun. It is fun when you start to just observe what happens. If that's the case, then if I read a book in the future, say that I'm trying to study for something, if in the future I'm studying for this thing and I read a book, then my present self will know what I've already read in the future, okay, because time's not linear. So I was wondering that, and then it was just a passing thought. You know, you get passing thoughts that come and go, and I just went back to my book and carried on reading. But I am now reading a book which, like, the ancient teachings of the masters of the Far East or something. I can't remember the title. Maybe I'll put it in the comments. I'm reading this book at the minute, and it's a phenomenal book. It's just reaffirming, like, all of my beliefs throughout my entire life is just, like, in this book. Literally, like, words that I use and terms and phrases that I use. Like, it's absolutely blowing my mind. I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, I'm up early, I'm going to read the book. And then I open it up on this page and it's just like, it's like, fucking hell. That's exactly word for word. And it even, in some cases, puts the words in capital. Like, you know, I say believe or know rather than believe. And today when I opened it up, it says, faith is a good place to get you started, but it's all about the knowing. And knowing was in capital letters. And it's just, like, really emphasizing. I've been saying this for years. You can believe and you can have faith, but we need to know. We need to know the power that we possess. We need to know the power that we hold and we own in ourselves. And that has been bred and taught out of us by, I'm not going into that. So, you know, we just need to know. We need to know. It's our mind that gets in our way. Just like my mind's telling me logical reasons why I didn't need my bank card that day. But if I just tuned into the cosmic, like, energy and source and heart, I would have taken my bank card and I would have been able to fill up with petrol on the way home, and it would have been stress-free. I mean, I did get away with it, but I still had to then fight. Yeah. So, you know, if I just tuned in and got out of my head and got into my heart, it would have been sweet as a nut. It wouldn't have been a problem. There would have been no dramas whatsoever, and I wouldn't have had any stress or any worries. A lot can be said about getting into your heart and not having stress, for starters. So, you know, there's that. And this book, and then it just come to me, I think yesterday or the day before, when I was reading the book, and again, and another epiphany just went straight out the book. Exactly my own words. Like, literally, I couldn't have put it better myself. And then I just thought, fuck me. I just wonder if throughout my life, you know, the first thought that I had, not the first thought that I had, but the first thing that come to me from this book was a thought that I had when I was 11 years old and I was sitting in church. And it was like, Jesus, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And my belief of Jesus at the time was an example of what man can do. He was a man that walked the earth, and he had the power of God bestowed upon him because he was God's son. And he was a living example of the power that we have, that innate healing energy that we have in ourselves, for ourselves and for humanity and the planet in general. Okay, he was just a living example of it. He's like, this is what you can do. Don't follow me, do it yourself. Do it yourself. But because we're pretty stupid and we like to follow people blindly, everybody followed rather than did. And they listened to his teachings, but they didn't apply his teachings. Yeah, so that, I mean, this was like 11 years old, sitting in church, looking at the banner across the back of the church. I am the way, the truth, and the life. My mum can verify this. That banner was there. My dad, you know, I never shared that sentiment with them, but the banner was there anyway. So yeah, I'm reading this book, and I'm like, I wonder if I was remembering. I mean, this is far out. I mean, this is far out for me to even comprehend, but it did cross my mind. I was like, I wonder if from since age 11, throughout my life, and all these realizations that I've had throughout my life about consciousness and abilities and human nature in general and who we are and what we're here to do, I wonder if that was a remembering of the future of me reading this book now, because it's just so on point. Okay, we've all got access to the Akashic records and, eternal consciousness and whatnot. So yeah, we can dip into all of this stuff at any time if we know how to. I'm not skilled in the arts. I'm getting there. I'm working on it, and I'm doing it on my own. I'm not seeking. I mean, I would like help. I would like help to develop it, but yeah, at the moment I'm doing it single-handedly and just exploring what comes up and how it comes up. But it just crossed my mind the other day while reading the book. Am I literally, for 34 years ago, remembering a future from now where I read this book, and that set the basis for my belief structure as I go through the book? I mean, it just can make things that make you go, That one definitely made me go, I wonder. Just a pondering, it could be complete nonsense, couldn't it, really? But it's nice to explore these things. And I just thought I'd share. It's a really good book. I will put the title in the post, in the comments or somewhere. I will do that because it's a fucking good read. It's a bit far out there, but it is really good. Really good. Much love. Peace out. See ya.